Okay, this is Brant back from tradeguild.blogspot.com, and we're looking at long still. The next one up on the list is CRYO, which is Cryocore Inc., Medical Instruments and Supplies. And this was on the blog the 15th. We did a video on this one. So let's take a look at what we were looking at here. Let me find August 15th for you. And there we go. Here's August 15th. So we're looking at this pullback more or less. And here's that little level of support that we'd expect this pullback to occur to. I'm pretty sure if you watched the video, this is what I was saying. And if you bought at 220, you're now up at 295. You're looking at a pretty nice profit there. Ultimately, we got this big volume. I mean, it looks really nice in this nice strong candle, nice move. It's got a little wick on the top, but maybe it's getting ready to get tickled here with a little resistance. But all in all, if you got in on this one, this is definitely a hold. And if you haven't got in on it, I'm not sure where it's going to pull back to. I'd probably, expect to see a flag or something. But look at this move on Friday, almost 10%. Very nice, and I hope somebody got a piece of that. Next up is hold on one second. Hit the wrong key. Next one up is NXXI, Nutrition 21 Inc. Let's see, when was this on the blog? The 14th and 16th of this month. And what we were looking at, if we're in the 14th, there's the 15th, so we're right here and here. So two very nice buys on that in this little ascending triangle. Again, it broke out. I mean, this is a teeny little thing. It's like, it's kind of funny looking. But anyway, it broke out, and it's now pulled back. And what we want to see on a pullback after a breakout is light volume. So relatively speaking, it's light. We had much lighter volume back in here, but relative to this, it's light. So I think a purchase anywhere around $2 makes perfect sense. For a stop, I would probably have a stop, $1.95, something like that. But ultimately, I think let's take a look at this a little wider. There's some room there. I think ultimately it's going to take out these second quarter highs, or at least attempt to test them. So let's move on to IHR. And this is Interstate Hotels and Resorts. It was on the blog August 10th. We had a video. It was on the 11th, the 21st, I think. Looks like we had a video on the 17th. It was on the 10th and 11th, 15th. It's been, all over. So basically, the whole time it was on the video, we were more or less, or on the blog rather, we were more or less looking at this ascending triangle again. Like I said, they're breaking out. So this one did break out, very nice. We would have bought somewhere in this area, and or rather somewhere in this area. And basically we have that flag again that's developing, and here it is. And it's very small, but the volume is tapering off into that. So I would say this is buyable right in here. And let's see where my stop would be. Let's use that trending channel. So our stop would be about 10.25 right now, and that's moving up every day. So nice position there. IHR working out very well. Next up is VVUS. And this is VVUS Inc., Medical Instruments and Supplies. And this was on the blog the 8th, 10th, and 11th of August. So early August, we were looking to buy back in here on this pullback. You can see it kind of based out here a little bit. It's popped up, pulled back. This is where we want to buy. It's popped up again, and it's pulling back now. I would say, it's likely to pull back to this 22-day moving average around 360, 365. Maybe even 375. So I would use that as a potential entry. Look for a down, or look for less downward momentum. Like, you don't want to buy on a day like this with a big candle. You want to buy something like that, like a little doji. So keep an eye on VVUS, because I do believe that this has got quite a bit more room. Strong accumulation in this stock, so keep an eye on that. Next up is Fuel, F-U-E-L. Striker Mobile Fueling. This was on the blog August 23rd. So let's see where August 23rd was, right over here. So around 288 or 290. So you're already at a 5 or 6% profit in this one, but it still is within this consolidation, and this is a sort of a symmetrical triangle, and it may bounce back down to support. If it does, I would definitely buy again down here around 280 if you can buy. Other than that, we expect to see this break out fairly soon in fairly short order. So we'll keep your eye on fuel. Next up is INGR. And INGR was on the blog the 14th and 15th and the 23rd of this month. There is a video on this one on the 15th. So if you want to take a look at that. And again, I just love these patterns too, these ascending triangles, and I was heartbroken the last couple months when they weren't breaking out. But here it is again, ascending triangle, descending volume into it, breakout on increased volume, not a lot, but somewhat increased, and a pullback to the apex of that triangle. It's at a pretty tight spot right now. Let's just zoom in and take a look at this a little closer. It has closed a little bit below that triangle and it's bounced up again. 22-day moving average looks like it may be acting as support. That's my stop. Maybe a couple percent, maybe 3% below that moving average. That's my stop on INGR. Otherwise, it's very buyable here. Accumulation, look at this money stream. It's just like plowing. It's just leading price. TSV looks pretty good. BOP is not really doing much right now, but all in all, I mean, we are looking pretty good in this guy. So keep an eye on INGR. Next up is, let's see, SGEN. And on this one, let's see what we had. It was on the blog the 14th. On the 15th, we had a video. It was on 16th, 21, and 23rd. Basically, it looks kind of like it's let's draw a trend line here, actually. Let's see what's going on. It looks like it's broken out above a trend line right there and has pulled back to it. So this pullback is down to about 440. That's where I'd want to buy if you can get into 440 and put a stop maybe at I would say between 425 and 430, somewhere in there. Looking pretty good. Let's take a look at the accumulation. Looking pretty good. I like this one, biotech. So if you want some exposure to biotech, that's a pretty good way to go. Next up is TRID, Trident Microsystems, and this has been on the blog. July 31st is when it first was on, and then August 1st. We have a video on the 15th, and subsequently on the 16th and 23rd it's been on. So, if you took the original call on July 31st, you were in somewhere around $16.75. We're now up at $20. It was up 5.5% nearly on Friday. So, this has been working out pretty well for us. Let's take a little closer look at what's going on here. And, this actually looks like a flag of sorts that had developed in here. It's not really, it should be, in my opinion, it should have a couple more days in the consolidation, but, it looks like it is a flag. It looks like it's broken out from it as well on, not too bad a volume. There's that descending volume right there into this flag. That's what we want to see. Ultimately, I think my stop goes under 19 right in here. If you're in this stock, you're lucky. Hold. I think that's going to do it for this video, and I've got probably one more video on longs and a couple more on shorts, so I will be back.